Okay, I've got my two fuel pods in orbit, and I've launched this a couple of times. I've got the timing right on it now. I'm just calling it the low curb and orbit tractor. That's all it really is. It doesn't have enough fuel to do a whole lot. Oh, it does, but it doesn't have enough fuel to carry those tanks very far. So, we're going to use mechanical jib again to launch to rendezvous with the higher orbit of the two tanks. I've got one at 310. No, wrong one. There we go. That's what happened last time. I accidentally launched to meet the wrong one. Engage, launch to rendezvous. It doesn't take very long because, I mean, look at the thrust to weight ratios in the window on the bottom left. It starts off at 1.8, the next one starts at 1.8, the next one starts at almost 1.8, and they all finish off above 2.5 to 1. We'll disable our cross feed, just save me a little bit of tweaking later on when I get to altitude. Oh, I've got my sound turned off. I'm gonna kick it back on. There we go. And this the tractor has lots of light on it, just so I can see docking ports get my docking ports lined up well enough. Now these nuclear engines are lined up fairly close to these tanks, so I'm not sure if they will wash on the side of the tank. I might have some thrust issues. I think I had that problem before, and I solved it by switching to a 4 engine instead of 6. But I couldn't find that save file anywhere. I looked through my entire list a couple of times, and it was invisible. So this is an earlier version. I just modified it with the new docking port, changed a couple of little things, and stuck it on a Nova launcher with way too much fuel. It doesn't weigh very much, so I get to orbit with 1.5 extra orange tanks. Okay. Oh, we'll see you as we come up on our rendezvous. Okay, we're burning our last ascent stage currently. We're just about to reach or achieve our desired apoapsis. And as you can see, here's the fuel cell. Fuel cell G. I'm launching for the wrong one. Oh well. I will take this one over first, and we'll just maneuver them around properly once we get the two fuel cells where we need them. I forgot that I have two different configurations for the fuel cells now. I'll try and keep this fuel up front to help with this slow turn. Very slow fuel transfer. I thought I remembered fuel transferring being a little bit faster than that, especially between inside of a stage when it's fuel tank to fuel tank without fuel lines or docking ports. I obviously remember incorrectly, but it would be nice if they transferred a little bit faster. Move our center of mass as far forward as we can, just to help with these turns, because once we start to do our circularization burn, we'll be right beside the fuel tanks, and we'll need to be able to spin around fairly quickly to do our circularization. I think I'm saying something that's completely wrong, but that's alright. Just because mechanical jib will do that turn early. Okay, where are we? We're 5 kilometers away from it. How far away is our rendezvous? 1.5 kilometers. Okay, well, we're going to leave it at that for a moment. I'm just going to do some fuel transferring. I'm going to dump the launch stage. Oh, 0. Decouple. Burn away a little tiny bit. Hope that didn't affect us very much. 1.4 kilometers. Okay. No, we want rendezvous. So it's just going to bring us almost exactly towards it. Oh, I keep finding that my F4 gets untoggled somehow. Oh, we're just going to burn right for it. That's great. And it's warping. It's doing it for a rendezvous on the other side of the planet. Oh well, that's okay. Yeah, 3,200 delta V. That's a fair amount. But once we dock up with the tank, it will be quite a bit less. We'll be down to less than 1,000. Actually, more like 600. And there it is. We're going to control it from here. Throw up the docking camera. Now we need to find out which side is which. Which side has mechanical jeb on it. That's the top. Well, we can't see it very clearly. Which means it's on the side facing me. So are we having issues? Why are we having control issues? We seem to be unable to control it. Where is my mechanical jeb? Okay, there you are. Control from here. We can't control this. That is a command pod. The mechanical jeb is a command pod. We have 6 RTGs. We have lots of power. This one doesn't have any monopropellant. That would explain it. Okay, so we're just going to have to leave it in this inclination. So we'll turn that off. I forgot about the monopropellant. No, we will go target plus parallel. And we want to dock. Oh, sorry, we'll go minus and we'll target this one. We're going to dock with the bottom of it so that we can, since it doesn't have any propellant, we're going to need to stay docked with the tractor. Okay, we're ready. I don't want, well. Now we're flying the ship backwards, that's okay. We have lots of propellant. Don't need to worry too much. As long as we can dock without using, like, as long as we finish our docking maneuver without using all of it. No, that's, we want to kill that speed now. There we go. We're doing this very quickly. This is a lot faster than I recommend doing anything docking. But I'm just a little bit frustrated with how slow Mechanical Jeb seems to want to do its docking these days. Now, we're in sunlight, so we don't need all of that light turned on. And we'll slow down a bit while we get closer. We need to go up a little bit. Now I'm going to start watching from the camera. Just make sure I'm not going to bang into it first. Nice and steady. Slow down a little. Oh. Some more centers. That should dock it. It's a little bit off, but we'll go try and line it up a little bit better. Okay, there we go. How much did we use? We used 120-ish. And we lined up very poorly, actually, because those thruster ports aren't lined up with these thruster ports. I didn't even think about that. So we're going to do that one more time. Turn off. Okay, so now this is one problem I come across a lot. No, we don't want to do that. Activate. We're going to fix that right now. What the problem is, I had the struts turned off on the tractor, but I had the struts turned on the fuel tanks. And they're all bound to the same key, so if I toggle one, it toggles the other one. It switches back and forth. So we're going to undock. Oh, that's weird. I would have figured it would are my struts on or off? So we'll turn these struts off. There we go. And we'll just come back in a little bit. Now we want to rotate. We'll rotate it a little bit this way. No, okay, we're controlling from a different point right now. And SAS off, you're very obnoxious. Stopping me from rotating. Oh, and I keep forgetting I'm controlling it from the wrong place right now, so it's my controls are a lot of it reversed. That's closer. That's close enough for me. Yeah, that's lined up really well. Well enough to not matter, I should say. Okay, now when I hit the struts, nothing happened. Oh, that's because these struts aren't lined up with anything anymore, because I'm twisted off by... Oh, well. we're just going to leave it like that. One set of struts is enough. And 590 delta V. That is enough to bring us to our 500 kilometers. What can we do? Oh, you're a little too far, I guess. Yeah, I have my toggles turned down pretty low in the laser mod, so. Rendezvous 0.15. Well, the first thing I'm going to do, this is something I didn't do when I launched that stage. I just left it. I launched it and left it because it was so late at night. I'm going to align it with the moon. With the mun. Where are we here? Yeah, we're 0.11 off. So it won't take, it'll just take us a couple of moments to get that aligned. And, well, we'll skip that. We'll skip up ahead until we're actually rendezvousing.